Hi guys, this is a video tutorial for NeutrinoParticles editor, and in this tutorial I want to show you how reflection mechanism works inside the editor. Reflection allows you to create linked copies of emitter inside your effect. Let me show you some example. I will use path for start position, but from the path I will take only one point. It's pretty easy to move it. So I have one emitter, default one, in this point. Now I want to reflect it. I click reflect, call new emitter, default emitter 1. You can see reflection label from default emitter. And we have two emitters in the same point. In the reflected emitter, I can just override this point, starting point. You can see two emitters, two identical emitters. They differs, of course, with some randomness, but all particle settings, instead of start position, they have the same, identical. If you overrided the path in reflected emitter, you can see this path, this button is marked with this outline, so you can see that it is overridden. You can discard this override by pressing this button, so they have the same position again. I will get it back. And now if you change something in the source emitter, you will have all these changes reflected to the reflected emitter. So in source emitter you can change anything you want. All controls are enabled, but in reflected emitter you have a lot of restrictions. You can change types of start position, changing position. You actually can only change paths, values, and areas if you use them. You also can change types of distributions. For example, let me change transparency of particles over particle life. Something like this. And in reflected emitter, I want to change it to something blinking. Also, you can make reflection from reflection. And in this case, new reflection reflects all changes in the source emitter and in its reflection. I will change the starting point for our new reflection, and you can see it reflects all settings of its source. Also, in any moment you can separate reflection. Press this separate button, or in context menu separate, and this emitter will now stand alone and not reflected. If we change something in our source, like size multiplier, you can see that separated emitter left unchanged. And then you can make reflection from this separated emitter and make some changes on both of them. So this reflection mechanism is very useful if you have some complex effects which consist of very similar emitters, and you want it to edit, to tune all together. So that's it for this tutorial. I suggest you to play a little with reflection to get used and to to see how powerful it can be. Bye bye.